Hello, and welcome to Religious Studies 102 World Religions. I'm Professor T.K. Waters, and I'll be your instructor for this course. I want to take a few minutes to introduce myself, the course, and walk you through a few highlights of the syllabus as you get started this week. As I said, I'm Professor Waters. I have a bachelor's degree in Religious Studies and English Literature from WKU, as well as a master's degree in Religious Literature from WKU as well. I've been teaching here for several years now, both Old Testament and New Testament courses, and this World Religions class as well. My research interests are specifically focused around biblical literature, specifically with regards to apocalyptic literature and religious violence, often with the Hebrew Bible and ancient Near East. Outside of class and work, I have two pets who I enjoy playing with. Ziva, who's a 6-year-old Sheltie Jack Russell mix, and Finn, who's a 9-month-old Tabby. I also enjoy reading, specifically fantasy and historical fiction books, playing a variety of board games, and going hiking. So in the course, we're obviously going to be talking about world religions, as you can tell from the course title. We're going to start by looking at some different ways that we study religion and what that might look like, so that we can apply this to the different religions we'll be studying. We're going to cover a pretty wide variety of religions, specifically focusing on what some people might call the 5 major religions, which are Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism. For each of those, we'll spend 2 weeks, 1 week looking at the origins and history of the tradition, and the second week looking at how the tradition functions in the 20th and 21st centuries. We'll also be covering some other traditions, such as some ancient religions like Greek religion, Roman religion, Mesopotamian traditions, as well as indigenous traditions like Native American and African traditions. And then towards the end of the course, we'll look at some different Asian religions, like Confucianism, Taoism, and Jainism and Sikhism. So we'll get a pretty broad overview, but a lot of our focus will be on those 5 major ones. So each week you'll be watching videos and doing some readings for the course before you take the assignments and assessments that are due that week. So your readings and videos for the first week of each major religion will typically be focused on reading some primary text from each religion. So you might have, for example, in Christianity, some readings from the New Testament. And there will be a lecture video from me, but there won't be as many other videos. The next week, when we talk about how the tradition functions in the 21st century, you usually won't have many, if any, readings that week, and your focus is going to be watching a variety of videos that I assign to help you see how the religion functions in the 21st century. Each week, you'll have usually a quiz as well as some other work. And you can find all of this in Blackboard under the lessons, which are listed in the left-hand corner of Blackboard. So what I would recommend doing is clicking on the lesson. So for this week, it'll be lesson 1, watching the videos and doing the readings that are listed. And then under that, you'll see assignments and assessments, and take those after you've done the readings and videos. All work for a module is due on the Monday the module ends at noon. So for this week, which is January 19th through January 25th, all the work will be due at noon on January 25th, and all times are in Central Standard Time. You don't need any textbook or readings for this class because everything will be posted on Blackboard. All the things that I have listed for you will be linked each lesson, but there's also going to be a place called Readings and Handouts on Blackboard that you can find those as well. So if you want to read ahead and the lesson isn't posted, you're welcome to look those up. The primary way that you'll be graded in this course is with your project and blog, which are both worth 25% of your final grade. The project is a chance for you to connect what you're learning in world religions to your own interests. So if you're interested in research and learning a little bit more about these traditions, then you're welcome to do a research paper or project. But you also have the opportunity to do a creative project. So if you would like to do something that's art related or creative writing or music or something along those lines, maybe even connected to the 21st century, you're welcome to do that as well. I want this to be an opportunity for you to really engage in the course material rather than feel like you just have to do the readings and short assignments. So the project you'll propose, and then about halfway through the semester, you'll have a check-in with me just so I can give you feedback on how I see you doing at that point. And then you'll turn in your final project at the end of the semester, and I'll leave feedback for you, and you'll comment on each other's as well, just to get an idea of what kind of things people have learned about world religions outside of just what we've talked about in class. For the blog, you'll make 5 different blog posts throughout the semester. These have to be turned in on different weeks. So, for example, blog 1 will be due 1 week, but you're welcome to do it earlier if you wish. And then the following week, blog 2 will be due, and so on. There's going to be 3 categories for the blog, and each post should be 300 to 600 words long. The 3 different categories are going to be a category on misconceptions. So this is going to be a chance to talk about what different kinds of misconceptions there are about religious traditions. For example, in the past, I've had students talk about women in Islam wearing head coverings like hijab or niqab or burqa, and what that misconception around that looks like that they're forced to or that they choose it themselves, so on, and kind of breaking that down using scholarly sources. You're also will be doing a current event blog post. So this is a blog post that's going to cover something in the news or media from the past 6 months that affects or involves some kind of world religion. So this will be a place that you'll probably find some news articles like Huffington Post or Washington Post, CNN, BBC, etc. And you're going to talk about how religion affects whatever this current event is that you choose. Finally, you'll do a book or movie review. And this is going to be, again, a pretty short one, about 300 to 600 words. And this is going to be a place that you can reflect on a movie or a book that you've watched or read, and talk about how religion plays a role in this text or movie. Each of these, I have a blog guidelines to help you understand what aspects I'm looking at for each of those. But you're going to have those 3 different categories, and you need one from each. And then the other 2 blog posts, since there's 5 posts total, can be from any of the categories that you wish. Each blog post has to cover a different religion, so you're not just talking about, for example, Islam for each of the 5 blog posts, but rather you're covering a variety of traditions to help you learn more about those. So you can find these guidelines on Blackboard, and I'm also going to have a blog Q&A later in the semester that you can ask some questions if you're not quite sure about the blog yet. You'll have quizzes most weeks. There will be 11 quizzes in the semester, with the lowest quiz grade being dropped. These are usually short, about 5 to 10 questions, and while they're timed, they are open book, open note, etc. So I would recommend preparing for these like you would a regular quiz, but know that if you're concerned that you don't have access to your materials, you're welcome to have anything with you that you'd like as you're working on this. You'll have journal entries due at the end of each unit, and there's 3 units. And these are a chance for you to reflect on what you've learned for that unit and ask questions or anything that you wish to know more about to me so that I can give you feedback there and help you, if not answer those questions, at least find places that you can. You also have some other assignments like the introductory discussion board due this week, some worksheets, and a couple other discussion boards during the semester, and you can find those listed in the syllabus below. The best way to contact me is via email. My email is tommy.waters@wku.edu, and you can find this at the top of the syllabus. I have office hours via Zoom on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm happy to meet with you during that time via Zoom, or if you want to just send an email and I can respond to you, then that works as well. I typically will respond to emails within 24 hours during the work week. But if you send me an email on weekends or after 5 p.m., I'll usually get back to it on Monday morning. Make sure that you do have access to Blackboard and your Topper Mail. If you're having issues with either of those or both of them, make sure to reach out to WKU's IT department. You'll definitely need to have access to your Topper Mail because this is where I'm going to communicate with you primarily. I usually send weekly emails, And especially as we get towards the end of the semester, you'll get quite a few more emails from me just with reminders or information that you need to know. So make sure that you do have access to your topper mail. There will be a chance each week for weekly Q&A videos. So if you have any questions about assignments or about content, then you're welcome to submit those questions in the Google form I have linked in the syllabus. You're welcome to do this anonymously if you wish, but I will provide feedback for these and answers to your questions in a video each week if there have been any questions or comments in the Q&A. This is a chance that if you have a question that more than likely your other classmates have as well, that I can respond to everyone at once in a place that you can kind of keep looking back at if you need to have a refresher on that. Some other information to know is that there is some extra credit opportunity in this course. So one of these is a book review. You're also welcome to meet with me before your project's due, and there's a plagiarism quiz due next week if you wish to do that as well. These are a chance that if you're struggling with your classwork or have a grade that you're not happy with, that you can help boost that grade a little bit. I do accept late work up to a week late without penalty, but after it's a week late, I won't accept the late work anymore unless you've made some kind of arrangement with me beforehand. As far as extensions go, I offer unlimited extensions on assignments, but this needs to be something that you contact me beforehand, not like a minute before, but during the week, let me know, I've got a lot of assignments in my other classes, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get this one done. So can I have an extension on it? And I'm happy to work with you. We can choose a different due date and work with that. But make sure that you're contacting me before the assignment is due, not after. And really with anything that you're struggling with in the course, please feel free to email me. And I'm always happy to work with you and we can figure out a solution to whatever problem you have. Finally, you can look at the class schedule towards the end of your syllabus. Weeks are from Monday to Monday. So you'll have, for example, next week will start on the 25th, which is a Monday. And all work will be due on February 1st, which is also a Monday at noon. This gives you a chance that your work isn't due on a weekend. So if you need the morning to finish your work up, then you have that morning on Monday. So you can find all your readings and videos for the week, as well as the assessments and activities there. And this gives you an idea of what you're going to have during the semester. I'll post basically exactly what you see here. So for lesson 1, you've got read the syllabus, watch this video, watch Introduction to Religious Studies, etc. You'll see all this posted in the lesson for the week, and it'll include links. So you can just click from there and don't have to search for anything. Finally, at the end of the syllabus, you have a grade keeper. And this is a place where you have each of your assignments listed out with how many points they're worth. In the course, there's 1,000 points. For example, your project is worth 250. So you can see exactly how this breaks down with the project proposal being worth 20, the check-in worth 40, and so on. You're welcome to keep track of your grades here if you'd like. And this way you have it all laid out pretty clearly. If you have any questions as you get started this week, please feel free to email me and let me know, and I'm happy to get back to you and help you work through whatever those issues are. I hope you have a great first week, and I look forward to getting to know you.